Hi, hello, welcome to Learn with Lakineni. In this video, I am going to explain you about Pandas series. In the previous class, I have introduced what is a Pandas and what is the importance of Pandas in data analysis. A Pandas is a very important data analysis tool in data analysis and visualization. Pandas has both the features of analysis and visualization. In this tutorial, I am going to explain you the basic data structures, the fundamental data structures, the most powerful data structures of Pandas like series and data frames. So in this entire tutorial, I will explain what is a series and what are the importance of series objects, Pandas series object, and what are the various ways of creating the Pandas series object. So please, before watching this video, I request everyone to please subscribe to my channel Learn with Lakineni, and please like it, share it, and please subscribe. Please do not forget to subscribe my channel Learn with Lakineni before watching the video. As I already informed that data structures in Pandas. Pandas deals with the following three data structures. One is series, data frame, and panel. A series is a one-dimensional, a data frame is a two-dimensional, and panel is a multi-dimensional. So out of which series and data frame are most using data structures in Pandas. What is series in Pandas? A series is a one-dimensional labeled array capable of holding data of any type. It is a one-dimensional labeled array. That means you can call a series as a one-dimensional labeled column. It can have the capacity to store any type of data like integers, strings, float, Python objects. Like that, it can hold any type of data. So Pandas series is a powerful single column object in which it can hold any type of data like integers, strings, float, Python objects, etc. The axis labels are collectively called as index. Each row has an index value. So that is called as axis. The axis labels are collectively called index. So the Pandas series can be defined as a one-dimensional array that is capable of storing various data types. It can easily convert the list, tuple, dictionary into a string, into a series using series method. So you can, if you want to create a series object, you can take the list, tuple, dictionaries, all these things can be converted easily into a series object with the help of a series method, which is available in the pandas.series. So you can see, so this is the pandas series object, pandas.series. You have to write the series with a capital S. A pandas series can be created using the following constructor: pandas.series, in which you have four attributes. One is data, index, data type, and copy. So this is the syntax of pandas series object. If you want to create a series object, you have to create the series object like this: pandas.series, in which you have four attributes. One is data, that means which you want to, with what data you want to create a series object, and the index labels, and the type, the data type of the values are the column values, and the copy. So these are the four attributes for a series object. You can see Pandas series as data, index, data type, and copy. So the row labels are called as index. So when you are creating a data frame, when you are creating a series object, means it is a one-dimensional array. That means one-dimensional column in which each column has an index value. Each row has an index value. We are creating a one-dimensional column in which each row has a label that is called as index. So the row labels of series are called as index. A series cannot contain multiple columns. It has the following parameters: data. It can be, you can supply the data in the form of a list or dictionary or scalar value. Everything will be converted into a series object. Index. Either you can use the default index or you can give your own index. So the value of index should be unique and hashable. It must be of same length as data. So whatever the number of rows are there, that many number of index should be there. Okay. If you don't pass any index, the default index will be 0 to length minus 1. 0 to length minus 1. That is np dot a range of n. A range of n means 0 to n minus 1 values. So here if there are n number of rows, the default indexing is from 0 to n minus 1. So data type, you can specify the data type of the series. That means you have a column, let us suppose I have a column age. Now the age is of type, suppose if you think age is of type integer, then you can specify your data type as int 64 or int 32. Copy, it can be used for copying the data. So like that, the basic Pandas series object is consisting of 4 attributes: data, index, dtype, and copy. So we will go with one by one. First of all, in this session, we will discuss the series object, how to create a series object, what are the various ways are there to create the series object. So basically, you can create the series object using the arrays. NumPy arrays, you can create the series object. Using list, you can create the series object. Using dictionaries, you can create the series object. You can create the series object by using scalar or constants. So these are the various ways. You can use lists. To create series object. You can use dictionary. You can use NumPy arrays. You can use scalars, that means constants, to create a series object. So there are multiple ways of creating the series object. So in this session, I am going to explain all these things practically one by one, the various ways of creating the arrays and how to use this series object and how different ways we can create the series object. So please listen carefully, and at the same time, you please try to practice so that you will get more knowledge and hands-on experience. Now we will see how to create a series object. You can create an empty series object like this. Suppose if you want to create anything from the pandas, first of all you have to import the pandas. Import pandas as PD. Here PD means aliasing the name of panda. Instead of pandas, I am giving another name to the pandas like PD. So if you call PD, that means you are calling pandas. Here you can write like this. If you want to create an empty series object, you just write s is equal to PD dot. You have to write the series method with capital S. Series. Just I have not passed any parameters. Just I am printing. Now I want to print S. See, you can see here you have created an empty series object. You can see. So you created an empty series object. Nothing, no elements are there, an empty array. So the data type is float. By default, it gives the data type as float 64. So this is an empty series object. But in real life, we don't create empty series object. We will create a series object with so much of data. Now we will see how to create a series object from the array. The first way, creating a series from array. Let us suppose this is method 1. This is one way of creating. The series object from the array. So what we will do is, here you just import. Array means you have to use NumPy array. Import NumPy as NP. Here I am creating an array. A is equal to np dot array. If you have any clarification regarding NumPy, if you don't know the NumPy, you please refer my NumPy videos. In that I have clearly explained from basics to advanced concepts of NumPy, so that you will get more knowledge on the NumPy. So if you have any doubt on the NumPy, please go through my videos, NumPy series. I have created a lot of videos on NumPy. So here I am writing, I am creating a one-dimensional array. Basically, series is an one-dimensional array. Okay, here I am writing just lak. Here I am inserting the elements into the array. Lakineni. So I have created a NumPy array. So with 8 elements. Now I am creating a series object. Let us suppose series 1. The name of the object is series 1. P dot series of. In that I am sending data is equal to a. You have seen the syntax of the series. In that there are 4 attributes. Out of 4 attributes, the first attribute is data. So here data is equal to a. Here data is equal to a. Now series object was created. Now I want to print S1. I want to print S1. Now you can see. Here I have created a NumPy array. That array I have passed into the series object. Now I am printing S1. So how many elements are there in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 elements are there. So the default index runs from 0 to n minus 1. So here the indexing is giving from np dot the default indexing a range np dot a range of 8. So that means 0 to 7. So here the first row at index 0, the second row at index 1. Similarly, the last row at index 7. Always it gives the data type of the column. This column data type is object. That means all are string type. So that it is showing the data type of the elements are object. So this is the first way of creating Pandas series using array. Suppose here I have not mentioned any index. Just here I have given the data to the series object. Now the series object was created. Here I have not given any indexing. So this is the indexing 0 to 7. So this is called as default indexing. This is called as default indexing. Sometimes if you want to give your customized indexing, then you can give the customized indexing with the help of another attribute in the series constructor called index. So by using index, if you want to give your customized index, then you can give your customized index. So the customized index is, suppose if you take the previous example, every time you have to, suppose here also I am creating the series object with the help of an array, but here I am giving the customized index. That is my own indexing I want to give. So here import NumPy as np. I have taken the array. Now I have taken the array. Now I am writing and the series object. Let us suppose the series object is S2. S2 is equal to p dot series. Always series is capital letter. Starts with capital letter. Series data is equal to a comma index is equal to how many elements are there? Here there are 8 elements are there. For the 8 elements I want to give 8 indexes. Suppose I want to start with 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So total how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So totally 8 are there. Now I have given my customized index. What is your customized index? I want to give my own index. I don't want to depend upon the default indexing. Okay. Now if you print S2, you can see. So your series object was created. So a series is a single column. A series consisting of a single column. So here, so these are the Lakineni. So 8 elements are there. So the default indexing starts from 0. But here I have given my customized indexing. So my customized indexing value are 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So this is the way of giving your own customized indexing for the series object. Either you can go with the default indexing, or if you want to give your own indexing, you can give by using the parameter index. In that you just mention the number of indexes. Okay. So please make sure that the number of elements in the array, that means here the elements are 8. Here you are giving the indexes. The indexes shall also be 8. If there is any mismatch, you will get an error. So please make sure that what are the number of elements you have mentioned in the array, the same number of indexes, customized indexes you have to mention. Otherwise, you will get a problem. Suppose if you see here I am eliminating one element. Let us suppose here I have defined only 7 indexes. Now if you execute it, then it immediately throws an error. It immediately shows an error, that value error. So what is value error? Length of values are 8 and it does not match the length of index is equal to 7. That means you have given 8 values, but you have mentioned your customized values are of 7. So 8 is not matching with 7. So that it immediately throws an error called value error. So length of values 8 does not match length of value index 7. So this is the error it is throwing. So please make sure that when you are giving the customized indexing, so the number of elements and the number of indexes shall be matched. Otherwise you will get an error. So this is the way of creating a series object with the help of array, and also you can customize your own indexing. Similarly, if you want to create, suppose creating series from list, So here import pandas as pd. Here I am writing a list L is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So now I am creating a series object S3 is equal to pd dot series, in which I am supplying data is equal to L. Now I am supplying the list, I am storing the list into the data of series object. Now I want to print S3. Now you can see series object was created with the help of list. Now this is a single column series object in which all the elements are of type int 64. That the indexing, here I have not mentioned any index, so that the default indexing starts from 0 to n minus 1. Here the number of elements are 6. So the indexing is from 0 to n minus 1, 6 minus 1, that is 0 to 5. So these are the index values. So this is a way of creating a series object using lists. Similarly, you can create a series object from dictionaries. You can create a series object from dictionaries also. Suppose here I am writing import pandas as pd. Here I am creating a dictionary dict is equal to, dictionary dict is equal to, here you know what is the dictionary? Dictionary consisting of key value pairs. Here I am writing A for apple. Here I am writing A for apple. Here I am taking another value. Here I am taking another value B for, let us suppose, book. Here I am taking another value C for, let us suppose, C for cat. And I have taken another value D for, let us suppose, dog. So I created a dictionary. So what is this? This is the dictionary. Now I want to send this dictionary object into the series method. Let us suppose I have created another series. I am creating another series. S4 is equal to pd dot series in that data is equal to what is the data? Dict I am sending. So now you can see print S4. Now a series object was created. Here an interesting thing is, when you are creating a series object with the help of dictionary, here the default indexing won't be included. So here dictionary means keys and values. All keys will be their row labels, and this values will be the dictionary what is called series object. Here series means a one dimensional. So here one dimensional series object was created. For each row, the label, instead of default indexing, it has taken the dictionary keys. So here A for apple, B for book, C for cat, D for dog. So here you don't have any default indexing. Only the keys will be treated as row labels. So this is the way of creating a dictionary, a series object using the dictionary. You can create a series from a scalar also. So suppose if you come here, if you write import pandas as pd, suppose let us I am creating a series object A is equal to pd dot series. Here I am giving data is equal to 10. That means I am giving only a single value. Here I am giving only a single value. Suppose if you print A, so what is printed? It has created a series object with only one row. Only you have given only one element, one scalar, one constant. So it created a column. In that column only one element is there. So the default indexing is 0. So the data type of the column is 64. So this is the way of creating a series object using a scalar. Suppose if you give like this, suppose I am creating another series object B is equal to pd dot series data is equal to 10, comma, here I am giving index is equal to, here I am giving 10, comma, here I am giving index as 20, comma, 30, comma, 40, comma, 50. So here I have mentioned the data is only one. I have given only one value, but I am giving 4 indexes. That means the number of values and number of indexes are not equal. But even though it doesn't show any mistake, it will give you the answer. That means you can see here I have given only one value, but I have given the index at 20, 30, 40, 50. So immediately the series object will create 4 tens for 4 indexes. Here the first index at 20, the second element at index 30, 40 and 50. So even though you have given only one value, because you have mentioned 4 indexes, it has repeated the same data in the column. Okay, that's why the answer is 20. The index is 20 and the element is 10. Here the index is 30, the element is 10. Here the index is 40, the element is 10. Here the index is 50, the element is 10. So the total, the data type of the column is int 64. So this is also a way of using your scalar or constant to create a series object. In the same fashion, you can give the direct list. If you, when you are creating the series object, you can directly give the list object into the series method directly. Suppose if you write, suppose I am taking a series object. Let us suppose s is equal pd dot p dot series p dot series. Here I am directly giving the list. Suppose I am having the list 10, 20, 30, 40. I have mentioned the elements directly. Now I want to print s. Here the mistake is spelling mistake. See series. Now you can see. So I have directly passed the list of elements into the series constructor or series method directly. So now it has created the series object. That means a one column 10, 20, 30, 40. It is the default index. The data type is 64. So this is another way of creating the series object. Suppose if you want to see the index of the series object, you just simply write s dot index. Now you can see the series object index is it is showing in the form of range index. The index starts from 0 and stops at 4 and step value is 1. That means start is equal to 0 and stop is equal to 4. That means 0 to 4 minus 1, that is 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is the range of the index. So it can be shown with range index. It has 3 attributes: start, stop and step operator. So accordingly it will be created. So we can also mention the range index in our series object while creating the series. There are so many attributes are there on the series object. You can apply. Suppose if you want to know the shape of the series object, you can just write s dot shape. So here this is a one dimensional array. In that one dimensional array there are 4 elements, though it is showing that 4. If you want to know the number of elements, just you write s dot size. S dot size will give the size of the number of elements in the series object. Suppose if you want to know the data type of the series object, you just write s dot d type. It will give the data type of the series object. So int 64. Suppose if you write s dot, if you want to know each element size, so that means s dot item size. So here now similarly you can do so many ways of creating the series object. Suppose you can use several functions from NumPy, and those functions or methods can be used in creating the series object in Pandas. Suppose if you write import NumPy as np, import Pandas as pd. Here just I am taking a series object s1 is equal to pd dot p dot series in which I am writing n dot lin space. That means I want to take two numbers and I want to print some equal number of distance points from given range. Suppose here I have taken suppose 3, 33. In between 3 and 33, I want to take 10 equally spaced values. So np dot linspace means it gives 10 equally spaced values between 3 to 33. you can use like this also. Now if I print S1, so here it is giving a series object in which the elements are, how many elements are there? Totally there are 10. You have asked to print 10 equally spaced values. So here the distance between the first two is same, and the distance between the next two is same, and the distance between the next two is same. Like that, the equally spaced 10 values are created as a series object. So here the default indexing is from 0 to 9. So like that, by using NumPy arrays concept also, you can create the series object. Suppose if you take, suppose if I write like this, some series 2 is equal to pd dot series in here I have mentioned np dot a range of 10. So in NumPy, a range function will generate a sequence of numbers from 0 to the n minus 1. Here 10, that means 0 to 10. So as you all know, the range function in NumPy, range np dot range means a range of 10 means it gives 0 to 9 elements. That means a sequence of numbers can be generated with the help of a range method. So now if you use this, now I want to print S2. So you can see it has created a range of values from 0 to n minus 1. That means 9. So these are the values which you have created, and the type is int32, and this is the default indexing. Here I have not mentioned any indexing, so that it is giving the default indexing. So there is another way of giving the indexer to the series object. Suppose here I have created a series S is equal to pd dot series. In that I have mentioned the data. Suppose here I have mentioned apple. Here I have mentioned book. The second element is book, and cat, and dog, and let us suppose rat. So these are the 5 elements I have taken in the series object. Suppose if you print S, what will be printed? So here I have taken the spelling of apple is wrong. Apple. Okay. So here a series object, that means one column is created: apple, book, cat, dog, rat. So these are the default indexing. So you have another chance of giving the index after creating the series object also, by using s dot index is equal to, here I want to give the customized row names, or you can call it as row indexing. So here here I am giving B, C. There are totally 5 elements are there. D and R for rat. So now you just print. Now you can see the difference between the first one and second one. Here in this you have not mentioned any index here. So print S means it is printing simply the list of elements with the default indexing. But when it comes to the second case, here you have mentioned s dot index. That means for the series object which you have created, you want to give the indexing. So row indexing. So the labels are A, B, C, D, R. So you can see. So instead of default indexing, A, B, C, D, R are printed. So A for apple, B for book, C for cat, D for dog, R for rat. So here the column elements are of type object. So this is also another way of giving indexing to your series object after creating the series. In this video, I have explained what is a series and what are the various ways of creating the series object by using lists, by using dictionaries, by using scalars and various ways of numpy arrays. We can create the series object. So many things I have explained with practical examples. So in the next session, I will give more methods of series object and also I'll explain with more examples. So it takes 2 to 3 sessions to complete the series object. So all of you please listen the video more number of times and please practice after listening the video so that you will get more exposure. Okay? Please watch all our videos so that it will be useful for your career point of view, and exclusively if you want to enter into the field of machine learning, deep learning, all these things, you need NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. These are the basic data analytics tools, data manipulation tools, which everyone should know who wants to enter into this field. Thank you all for watching my videos. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel Learn with Lakineni so that you will get more number of updates from my channel. In future, we are going to give so many latest concept videos. Thank you for one and all.